Hello everybody and welcome back to another Farming Simulator 22 how-to video. Today we're going to talk about subsoilers. So I did a video on Fieldwork where I just grabbed a random subsoiler simply to demonstrate differences between cultivators, subsoilers, disc harrows, power harrows. And then I got a comment. And the comment was that different subsoilers did different things to the soil. And I thought, what? And then I thought, oh, here comes another video. And here it is. So, I have purchased every single subsoiler that is available in the base game of Farming Simulator 22. And we're over here on field 52. We have a harvested corn state. The field needs plowing. Has no fertilization applied to it. And we're basically going to see what every single one of these cultivators does to the soil, because they are different. We have some cultivators here that are going to leave a stubble tillage texture or state. We have some subsoilers here that are going to leave a cultivated state. And then we have one subsoiler that's going to leave a rolled seedbed state. That's right. Subsoilers just got a whole lot of confusing. But before that, this video is brought to you by Diablo del Toro. Thank you for being a farm baron. So let's take a look at the subsoiler category in the shop. Tools. Subsoilers. We start out with the Disc O Vigny 5, right? So this one is specific to grapes and olives. I don't have this one. We've seen this one work in the grape video and in the olive video. It kind of leaves a dirt state with light grass through it. And you basically subsoil between the rows of grapes and olives. Since this is such special purpose, I don't have it for this particular video. I do have the 3-meter Agrosim Combi Plow Gold right here. I also have the Kverneland DTX 300 AR. Now this one you can get with a seed hopper, and I did go ahead and get it with the seed attachment. We're going to take a look at both of those. We have the Agrosim Combi Plow Gold 4-meter. So a slightly bigger version of the 3-meter Agrosim. We have the Kuhn DC 401. This is the one I used in the Fieldwork demo. Looks an awful lot like the Combi Plow, doesn't it? Both are 4 meters. We have the Agrosim Culti-Plow Platinum 8-meter subsoiler. Then we have the Bednar FB 3000 TO 6000 PT 6000. Oh, big mouthful there. This thing is what leaves the rolled seedbed state, and it fertilizes. That's right. So, let's go ahead and run each and every single one of these through the field and see what it looks like on the other side. Now here I have the Agrosim Combi Plow 3-meter. This one also has the capability of attaching anything with a 3-point hitch and has a PTO pass-through. So you see the PTO pass-through right there, and you can see where the 3-point hitches will connect. So what I have here is I have the small 3-meter plow or a planter set up here. The planter has fertilizer and seed in it. You're definitely going to want a front weight for this. Going to lower the subsoiler. We're going to turn on the planter. And off we go. You see we are getting, in essence, nothing behind the subsoiler. Planter doesn't appear to be doing anything. Oddly enough. So you can see we are getting a stubble tillage state behind the Agrosim combi plow 3 meter. Next up, we have the Kverneland. And here we have the Kverneland DTX 300. This one has a small seed hopper associated with it. Lower it down. Turn it on. We do have it set to grass. We are putting grass down on the ground. We're going to stop here. I'm going to turn off the seeding and continue on. Right to there. So we can see that particular subsoiler. You do see that we are leaving small rocks with the Agrosim. Guess what? We're leaving big rocks with the Kverneland. Small rocks. Big rocks. It's still a subsoiler. We have a cultivated ground texture. But up here, we have a different texture because we're putting seed in the ground, no doubt, right? So up here we have a I'm just trying to find it. I don't know what we have. Stubble tillage is cycling on and off, right? Cultivated, cycling on and off. Seedbed, no. Growing, no. Ready to harvest, no. Harvested. We're getting a harvested texture because of our grass. That's it. Okay, so we're getting a harvested texture because of our grass. But the big takeaway is we're getting big rocks with the Kverneland subsoiler. We're getting small rocks when we're not planting or trying to plant. A lot of inconsistency here. How much of this is because we're still running version 1.1.1.0? I don't know. We're going to find out now, aren't we? So here we have the Combi Plow Gold 4 meter. Same as the 3 meter, just 1 meter larger. As we kind of now expect with the Combi Plow, we're getting a stubble tillage texture. And we're getting what look like small rocks. They look smaller. Right here. They look smaller than these. Do they not? It's I don't know, maybe we're getting both rocks. It's hard to tell. Now, we have our Kuhn subsoiler. And I have this set up with a big Kuhn planter that actually also is a power harrow. So I'm doing this just to demonstrate that you can subsoil to get your plow benefit, and then you have a 4-meter power harrow and a 4-meter seeder. We're doing 3 things in one pass here. We're going to lower our subsoiler down. We're going to turn on our power harrow. We're going to turn on our seeder. And off we go. Probably should have a bigger tractor for this. Now we're going to stop here. I'm going to turn off the seeder. But since we have the power harrow, I'm going to leave the power harrow on just for a little bit. And now we're going to completely detach from that. And now we are simply subsoiling the rest of the way. Okay. So what are we left with? We have subsoiled ground with rocks. Honestly, at this point, I don't know if these are big or little. They look big. Some of these look little. And then sometimes they look big. Here we have power harrowed ground. We do have rocks still. Okay. We got the rocks dug up from the subsoiling. And here we have seeded ground. We have growing wheat with our rocks. Now we have our big Agrosim Combi Plow Platinum 8-meter. This thing requires a boatload of horsepower. And we are getting stubble tillage again. From a subsoiler. Okay, now. We're back to what look like small rocks. Maybe. And then we have our big beast. The giant T9 here. And this thing subsoils and leaves a rolled seedbed. So let's unfold this. It's kind of neat how it works. Turn it on. Lower it down. Requires a lot more horsepower than even the 8-meter subsoiler, but has a narrower working width. So we're getting a cultivated texture here. We're getting then a rolled seedbed texture here. And those must be big rocks because the rocks are not being pushed back down into the ground. Or the small rocks are, and all we get left are the big rocks. And that's why we have kind of less rocks here than we have over here. Or throughout any of the rest of these passes. Right? Now, let's take a look at our ground state. Oh, isn't that pretty? So first up, we have cleared the need plowing state on each and every pass. We have added a fertilization state right here. That is the last one we just did. We go back to our growth filters. Well, we have a seedbed state on the last one. You can also see before the rollers, we have a cultivated state. We have a cultivated state here where we had the Kuhn 401. That's where we had the seeder and power harrow. So we have a growing state where we used the seeder. We have a cultivated state where we were using both the power harrow and the subsoiler because we dropped the power harrow here, there. Here we have the same thing where we have a cultivated state after we dropped the planter. Oh, sorry, no, I'm wrong. Here is where we had the Kverneland. Okay, the Kverneland, getting these mixed up. So we had the Kverneland here. This is where we were seeding grass, and it comes up as a harvested state. Or I guess not even a harvested state. It's not seeded. I don't know what state it's in. It's in some state. It's got grass on it. There you can see it's got grass on it. So it's in a state, just not here on the growth state. And then we have cultivated when we turn the seeding function off for the Kverneland. We would also have cultivated if we didn't have the seeding hopper. And then for the Agrosim, we have stubble tillage. So all the Agrosims produce stubble tillage from 3 meters up to 8 meters. The big Bednar cultivates and rolled seedbed. The Kuhn leaves a cultivated state, as does the Kverneland. Yeah, really. Now, let's fast forward and see what this does with respect to weeds. See you in a month. So now that a month has gone by, our stubble tillage is still not showing weeds. This is what we saw in the fieldwork video. Now there was comments about how after they seeded with stubble tillage, they saw weeds. And that's what I attempted to do here with this planter. But for whatever reason, the planter didn't work. So we have no weeds. Here we have the pass with grass, where we were seeding grass. No weeds in the grass. We have weeds on the cultivated ground. And I would say less weeds are here than we're going to see in a little bit. The Agrosim, again, no weeds. Here we have wheat growing with weeds. This was where we subsoiled, power harrowed, and seeded. Here we turned the seeder off and we're just power harrowing weeds. And here's where we were just subsoiling weeds. Once again, we have the Agrosim, stubble tillage, nothing. And then we have the big Bednar, where we have a rolled seed bed, and we have weeds. The cultivated state, we have weeds. But what I am suggesting is we have less weeds on the Bednar than we have on the cultivated state. That's what I'm suggesting. Now let me fast forward another month and we'll see if it looks more evident. Welcome to October. Turn on flight mode just because I think it's a little bit easier to see. So we have our Bednar. We have our cultivated, rolled seedbed, stubble tillage, cultivated, stubble tillage, cultivated, stubble tillage. So look at the seeds, look at the weeds here. Okay, I'm going to try to get an angle on it. And now look at the weeds here. Okay, I feel that the Bednar has left less weeds than both the Kverneland and the Kuhn. Okay? Do you agree or no? There we go. All three in one shot. Feels like it to me that it's less, the weeds are less dense on the rolled seedbed than they are under the cultivated. And then where we have seeds, with our wheat, we have weeds. And oddly enough, grass does not seem to grow weeds. Let's just kill the point by going one more month. So here we are, one more month out. November, if you will. We started in August. Double tillage does not appear to grow weeds until you do something else with the soil. If you come through here and plant, then it will probably grow weeds. If you come through here and cultivate this or do whatever, it will probably grow weeds. Here we have weeds with just cultivated. Here we have weeds are just subsoiled. Here we have weeds where we subsoiled and power harrowed. And here we have weeds where we subsoiled, power harrowed, and seeded. Here we have no weeds where we have just grass that we seeded. Here we have weeds where we cultivated and didn't seed grass. Stubble tillage, nothing. Planting didn't do anything here. And then over here we have weeds in our rolled seed bed. But I feel we have less weeds in our rolled seed bed than we have in the cultivated state over here to the right. So, has this answered any questions? Has this cleared up any confusion? Probably not. But what we do know is not all subsoilers do the same thing to the ground. Yes, they all cleared the need plowing state. That's about all they did the same. The Agrosims, for whatever reason, seem to leave a stubble tillage. The Kuhn leaves a cultivated state. And the Kverneland leaves the cultivated state. But it's got a lot more going on with it. The Kverneland can also be used to seed grass or oilseed radish. And possibly even canola. Yep, canola also. So choose your subsoiler wisely, depending on what you want it to do. And until next time, happy farming.